people? It's your boy Chig from Guna Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it is the big one. It is the preview for for Villarreal versus Arsenal. Now, apologies that this video has come out so late. If you know my situation, you know what I've been dealing with. Came out of hospital last week. Just been trying to get my bearings ever since. And quite frankly, I slept for most of this evening. So I'm bored as fuck. So I'm about to make a bunch of videos. I'm literally about to scorch the earth with videos. So one of the ones I'm about to do is this one, and that is the preview for Villarreal versus Arsenal. It's the least I can do. I know that it's not been a great year for me personally. Just on a kind of a illness injury level. I'm trying my best to kind of just get to the back end of that, and hopefully I will be on course to beat this thing. So, God willing, let's see what happens. But anyway, enough crying about me. Let's get on with things. Villarreal versus Arsenal. Now, just because I've been in hospital and just because I've been down, don't mean that I ain't sick of Arsenal's bullshit. Now, I'm going to do a video separate to my thoughts about the Arsenal takeover, the rumours, supposedly Daniel Ek not giving up. I'm going to talk about all of that stuff in a separate video. But in terms of the actual game, we do have a key game, and that is Villarreal. This game, I feel like you're either from two schools of thought. You're either from the school of thought that Emre was this tactical genius who was, fired way too soon, particularly when you compare him to Mikel Arteta, and that this is going to be a really difficult, gritty game, and that Arsenal will find a way of shooting themselves in their foot. Then you have another school of thought where people just do not rate what Emre did for Arsenal at all. They do not rate what he did. They do not. They're not. That they are. He is someone who feels that he gets too much credit for what he did. Who conceded way too many shots. There was a point where we were going shot for shot with teams, and for that reason, why does Emre get the love that he gets? That this should be easy. And Arsenal are going to absolutely smoke them. As always, I never think it's as simple as that because this is Arsenal. I don't care if you have the blueprints. I don't care if you are Mystic Meg. There is always going to be something that you don't see with Arsenal. There's always going to be something that doesn't quite go according to plan with Arsenal. Now, from probably round 16, I called for Villarreal. I felt like, fuck it. I knew we were going to meet them at some point because sod's law, we were going to meet them at some point. I said, let's just get it done. I think they're going to be a hard-working outfit. They're going to be a team in which they're going to try and attempt to control the ball, and particularly at home. I think that the home fixture for them will be the key one, because I think if you look at Arsenal this season, our home form is absolutely horrendous. So if you can get a lead on us or you can perform well on us, you can instantly put a lot of pressure on us. There was a lot of surprise today that we announced a bunch of sudden returns back to training. To me, I don't know why so many people were surprised. I think we were always aiming for this date. We were always aiming for this game. This game is our season. So it's as simple as that. If you are looking at it from a Kroenke point of view, this tie is basically everything. Getting back into the Champions League, relieving that pressure that we've so wonderfully put on them through our protests. This is it. This is all the marbles, right? So for them, we were always gearing towards this day. Every resource we possibly had was gearing towards bringing back some of our most important players towards this day. You know, in terms of Aubameyang, I've had family members that have had malaria before. Malaria is one of them diseases where, quite frankly, it's impossible to call. How it depends how badly it affects you. But generally speaking, you can say to somebody, "All right, look, you're probably going to be okay in a couple of weeks' time, but let's leave it 4 weeks so that you're right at them in 4 weeks' time." I can guarantee that's probably what happened with Aubameyang. You know, from my understanding, he's more fit and ready to start the game than Lacazette is, even though I would suggest Lacazette is probably the striker more on form. So that in itself kind of presents you a little bit of a conundrum automatically. Who do you start with? Do you go with both? That would be a good question. I kind of sat and I really thought about this because I thought to myself, you know what? Regardless of whether this keeps Mikel Arteta in a job, regardless of whether this keeps the Kroenkes in power, I want us to win this game. I want us to win this competition. You know, in a season in which we have suffered so badly, it'd be a nice way to kind of just finish it off. Now, yes, of course, on a surface level, it's going to say to people, "Oh, see, Mikel Arteta is doing well because in 18 months he's won the FA Cup and he's won a Europa League." But I think most sensible fans will always look towards league performance to really determine how well a team is doing. A league performance always tells a more consistent story. You know, you can see how someone performed over the course of a season. And over the course of a season, which we've still not finished, we are currently 10th. That, to me, is an accurate description of where we are as a team. You know, for me, this is not, I wouldn't even necessarily say, "Oh, we're unlucky, the table's telling a bit of an unfortunate story." No, it's about right. We've been average at best. So I think from our point of view, it would be a good way, strong way to finish the season, especially to end the season, putting the Cronkies under pressure, winning our first European trophy in how long, and then getting back into the Champions League. That ain't a bad way. That is not a bad way to finish our worst season ever. Look at it that way. Um, so I think for me, we've got to try and push no matter what. And we've got to try and give everything that we possibly can. Um, I also feel that personally, and you know who, I do think people put a bit too much stock in the Emre factor. Yes, I think he'll be determined not to lose the game. He will try and pinpoint weaknesses. And I think if you do things like start Granit Xhaka at left back, I mean, that's an obvious tactical weakness that you focus on. And no doubt Emre will put Chukwueze on Xhaka and ruin his life. But I think I'd like to think that with these returns, we won't necessarily need to do that. So I guess that poses the question, all right, Chib, you're yabbering on. What exactly is your team? So I'm going to show you what my team is. And I'm going to try and give you a little bit of a tactical breakdown as to why I picked the team that I have done. So just bear with me while I do that. Right. Okay. So this, let me just enlarge it for you guys. So this is the team that I'm thinking of, taking everything into consideration in terms of who's available and why I'd play them. Now, having understood what I understand in terms of who's available, I've not changed the shape. Now that was obviously something in which people were discussing is whether we should play three at the black, whether Granit Xhaka should play that kind of left back area. I've decided not to. I feel like we should just play a back four, especially if we have the personnel to be able to do so. I'll be honest with you, even if Tierney wasn't there, I'd still be tempted to play Cedric there. I don't think Cedric has been that bad at left back. So I don't know why he was all of a sudden dropped there anyway. I think he will end up playing Bellerin at right back, but I'm going to play Cedric at right back. I think Cedric is the better right back these days. Hector's on his way out. I think it's important you start showing that message. And that's why I've gone with Cedric as a right back. There is a strong argument to be made that Matt Ryan should play this game. I am personally not going to hate on you if you decide to play Matt Ryan in this game. Personally, if I had seen more of Matt Ryan, I would play Matt Ryan in this game. I don't want you to look at this and think, oh, that's an endorsement of Leno. No, it ain't. It's more of an indictment on the fact that I'm not seeing enough of the others. So I've had to make a decision based on what I've already seen and what I already know, rather than, oh, okay, well, no, I think Leno still has it. I think Leno's form he's been in terrible, terrible form. The only thing I will say about Leno, and he has done this, is generally speaking, when he's under pressure, he reacts well. Generally speaking, when someone brings to his attention that he's in a bit of a poor run of form, he's starting to get a bit of criticism, usually he will have a sustained period where he's decent. And that's the only reason I go with Leno in goal. Simply because I think when fit, this is our best centre back pairing. As much as it pains me to say, as much as I can't believe that David Luiz statistically is our best defender, but he is. And you guys, I've said it before and I say it again. I said it very early. I think Murray is our best defender. I think he's our best defender. I really, really do. I think the one that is unlucky in terms of missing out on the back four here is Chambers. I think Chambers has played extremely well. And I wouldn't hate on you if you decided to put Chambers as a right back. I fear the battle between Chukwueze and Chambers. That keeps me up at night. I'm not gonna lie, and not in a good way. That is not a battle I'm relishing. Chukwueze, I think people seem to forget this is a Nigerian player who we were linked with a long time ago when he was 17. And the kid had enough confidence to be able to say, you know what, fuck Arsenal, I'll go abroad and show how good I am. And he has done ever since. And I'll tell you what, that kid, I hope Arsenal are keeping tabs of him, because I think that is someone we could easily bring to the Emirates and make a really big impact in terms of a goal-scoring right-sided midfielder. But anyway, I digress. So, Tierney, I'm not expecting Tierney to pull up trees. Usually it takes him a while to get going whenever he comes back from an injury, but he's a left back, and I'd always favour a left back playing as a left back. So I've gone with Tierney as a left back. Central midfield, I've gone with Xhaka and Partey. I still don't think these two click. They definitely don't bring the best out of each other. I still don't think Partey is as bad as people make out. But, it just shows you that sometimes in order to bring the best out of yourself, you need that right defensive partner next to you. Granit Xhaka he ain't it. So it'd be interesting to see how we address that area in the summer. But I think we have to go with that tomorrow. So that would be my move tomorrow. Now, I've gone controversial with this. Now, it really depends on where Saka is in the development in terms of if he's able to be fit. I've heard a lot of people say he's definitely out. I've heard a lot of people say that he's not quite out, but he might as well be. I'm going to assume he's fit. If he is, he starts. If he isn't, then obviously Pepe starts. Okay? I've gone with Emil Smith-Rowe. Now, I've gone with him as my wild card of that front four. The reason being is I think we're going to need someone clever in terms of running off the ball. I think the problem with teams like Emirates is they're older, they're disciplined, but they're not going to want to chase you around the pitch. I think someone like Emil Smith-Rowe's off the ball running is why managers like him. I think that's why Arteta rates him very, very highly, because there's no doubt about it. His off the ball running is excellent. I think him and Odegaard actually work really well together, which is another unknown element. I say unknown element like Emre doesn't know the Spanish league and therefore doesn't know Odegaard, but I think as many kind of unknown elements as you could throw together, that would be the best way forward. And that's why I've gone with Odegaard and Emil Smith-Rowe. Up top, I've gone with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, because why wouldn't I? So that is my entire starting lineup. So what is my prediction for this game? I think I could see this not being a particularly nice game for Arsenal fans to watch, but I see it being an intriguing one for neutral fans. I see it being frustrating. I can see them scoring. I can see them scoring first, but I think Arsenal will roll out 2-1 winners in the end. You guys let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, crush, destroy, drop kick that like button. I'd appreciate it if you guys did that. I'm going to now record One Division review on Chickflix, and I'm going to record the Winter Soldier and Falcon review on Chickflix. So if you want to check out those reviews, head over to Chickflix, give it a subscribe, and I'll see you over there shortly. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Enjoy your night. And we back, baby. Well, I hope so. I hope so. let me not talk too much until the next illness comes along. God forbid. All right. We out. Peace.